Welcome everyone, I'm your host Locum23. You're joining me for Choices, the stories you play, Haunting of Braidwood Manor, Chapter 6, the finale, Confessions. You and Eleanor stand facing each other across the parlor, the rest of the Waverleys looking on in awe. Hannah, are you sure you want to do this? You've never talked much about your brother's death before. That's exactly the problem. My secrets kept him stranded, unable to pass on. Anna, you never told us you had a brother. What happened to him? And what exactly do you mean by unable to pass on? Well, Eleanor, should I tell him? Eleanor hangs her head, her eyes downcast. Share your secret, Anna. I'll try to do the same. Might want to speed this up. There's a demon outside the door trying to break in. Thank you, Eleanor. You take a deep breath, fighting back the tears forming in your eyes. A year ago, my brother was home from college for the holidays. He went to a party with some friends, but when he drove back that night, he went off the road, missed the turn, and shot straight off the lip of the ravine. That's awful. I'm sorry, Anna. Don't question the fact that he said drove, and 100 years ago there was no cars. But never mind that. Keep going. Thank you, Thomas, but it gets worse. My parents and I were called to identify the body. I've never cried so much in my life. I was still crying when I got home and found his letter. You never mentioned a letter before. I know. You move to the window and look out across the moonlit snow, the frost forming crystalline patterns on the grass. Glass, no grass. It wasn't an accident. When Jonathan left that house that day, he knew he wouldn't be coming home. My brother wanted to die, and I had no idea. I failed him, and even worse, I lied to cover it up. What do you mean? How did you cover it up? I destroyed the letter. I never told my parents or his friends or anyone. You turn around, your eyes finding Eleanor's. She looks back at you, her face stricken. Anna, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Neither did I. My brother's ghost called me a liar before, and I didn't want to admit it, but that's what I am. I've been lying to everyone in my life since the day he died. But that ends today. Jonathan, if you can hear this, I'm sorry. I told myself I was protecting your memory, but the truth is, I couldn't face telling your parents. I wasn't ready to forgive you. This one's tough. This one's really tough. I'll talk about my decision at the end of the video. I believe I went with the normal edition. I went with us. I couldn't face telling our parents, which is true. I mean, both reasons are very true. This is a very deep subject. I'm gonna go with this. I wasn't ready to forgive you. You listen for any sign of your brother and hear nothing but silence. Hold on a second. When did it get this quiet? Just then the door of the parlor explodes inward, a roar of flame ripping through the room. Ah! Get back, all of you. Miss Waverly looms in the wreckage of the doorway, her eyes glowing with hatred, the wasted skin around her teeth pulled back in a sneer.
Why have you shut me out again, Eleanor? Afraid to tell your siblings the truth?
What is she talking about, Eleanor? Please, just tell us. Before Eleanor can reply, the ghost of Miss Waverly crosses the room in a streak of red-hot flame, lunging for her daughter's throat. No! Suddenly, a figure appears between Rose and Eleanor. Jonathan? Jonathan grits his teeth, one hand clenched around Mrs. Waverly's outstretched arm, and he shifts his gaze onto you.
Hello, sister.
Oh my God. Jonathan, I'm so sorry. I should have known that you were... You
couldn't have known. Don't blame yourself. By telling my story, you've set me free. But before I go, maybe I can do one good thing after all. Release me, you pathetic creature!
Jonathan winches as Rose claws at his face, leaving deep, dark gouges in his blistered skin.
You won't keep me from my children!
I can't hold on much longer, Hannah. You have to end this now. Eleanor, it's time. You have to tell them. You have to tell them everything. I don't know if I can, Hannah. You can, okay? You can. Eleanor's lips tremble for a moment. Then a look of steely resolve comes over her face. Very well. She reaches up to the black band of fabric around her neck and undoes a clasp at the back, letting it fall aside.
No!
Eleanor, what happened to you? I'm sorry, darling, but she did this. Our mother.
Silence, you little...
She murdered us. All of us. I'm sorry I have to tell you like this. But she poisoned you three. And when I found out, she did this. So we're dead. Miss Waverly howls in pain as her body erupts in a column of flame. Waves of heat rolling off of her as she rages against Jonathan's grip. You stole so much from us, Mother, all because you were so afraid of everything. Rose screams as her bones turn to ash and begins to flake away, her ribcage collapsing inward as the fire consumes her.
I was protecting you! The world outside these walls is too dangerous. I couldn't risk losing you like I lost your father.
You didn't lose him, you fool. He survived the war. He was the one who found us.
He... What? I ain't...
Before she can say another word, Miss Waverly falters and collapses to the ground, her flame finally gone out.
William, forgive me?
I don't think anyone can forgive you. I mean, you killed 4 children. He's gone, Mother, and where you're going, you'll never see him again. The bones shatter into dust as they hit the floor. It's finally over. Eleanor stumbles backwards and falls onto the sofa behind her, gripping the arm for support. Her hands fumble at her throat as she reattaches the black band, a faraway look in her eyes.
Eleanor, what are we? Are we ghosts?
Eleanor pulls Simon onto her lap and kisses the top of his head.
Yes, Simon. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Eleanor looks up at Clarissa and Thomas.
I know how angry you must be with me. I should have told you ages ago. I just couldn't bear to hurt you like that.
Clarissa and Thomas cross the room to sit beside Eleanor.
We understand, Eleanor. If I had been in your place...
I can only imagine how difficult this has been for you. Eleanor's eyes fills with tears and she pulls her siblings into a tight hug. Victor places his hand on your shoulder. I think you have a family of your own to talk to, Hannah. You turn away from the Waverleys to see Jonathan watching, a strange look in his eyes.
Jonathan, thank you for saving them. For saving me.
Jonathan nods slowly, seeming not to hear you.
Jonathan?
Jonathan tears his eyes away from Eleanor and her siblings and faces you. I was just thinking back on how things used to be. After everything these kids went through. The fact that they still love each other and trust each other. It makes me ashamed.
Jonathan, why didn't you tell me you were feeling so hopeless? You have nothing to be ashamed of.
Like I said, this is a very deep topic for me. Very, very, very goddamn deep. Why didn't you tell me you were feeling so helpless? I guess I didn't know how. And I convinced myself that no one would have cared anyway.
I would have.
I know that now. Still, thanks to you, I'm finally be able to find peace.
I wish you didn't have to go, but I'm glad I got a proper goodbye this time.
Me too, sis. Jonathan starts to fade away before your eyes, enveloped by a gentle white light.
Goodbye, Jonathan. I love you.
I love you too, Anna. You turn back to the Waverleys, and Eleanor smiles sadly at you.
You okay, Hannah? Yeah, I think so. You? I think so. Let's step into the foyer for a moment. It seems we have a lot to talk about. Yeah, I'd say so. I'll be right back, Victor.
Sure thing. As you and Eleanor walk out of the foyer, Victor turns to the Waverly children. So, how's it going? It's, how's it hanging, Ghost?
So, it feels good to finally tell the truth. I feel like a huge weight's been taken off of me. As do I. I want to thank you, Hannah, for everything you've done for us. If you hadn't come along, who knows how long I would have waited to tell my siblings the truth. So you're not mad that I took your key while you were sleeping? I was wondering how you did that. No, I'm not mad. If you hadn't, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But I guess it does make me a little worried that your feelings weren't genuine.
Eleanor, my feelings are genuine. I did what I had to. My feelings are genuine. I didn't want to deceive you with that, but I only did it to help you. Because I care so much about you. I was hoping you'd say that. I feel the same way. Eleanor, I hope this isn't crossing a line, but there's still so much I don't understand about what happened to you and your siblings. I don't like to think about it, but I'll answer one more question. There's one thing I want to know. Why did she do it? Why was your mother's body never found? So, for those who watched the normal edition, we found an answer to that. The mother had crawled actually into the furnace and burned herself alive. That's why she was crawling out of the furnace every night and trying to get out of the door. So that answers that for those who are curious. So the two we can get, one of the two, is why did she do it? And actually, you don't have to tell me anymore. Huh. Um, why did she do it? We found out, if you really think about it. She wanted to protect them from the outside world. She thought that her husband never came back, he died in war. And so that kind of threw her in a grief-stricken, though horribly, excuse for killing her children, but she did it because of that. Which was very interesting because she only killed her children. She did not kill Eleanor until Eleanor found out. So, I mean, we already found out why she did it. So I'm gonna go with you. You don't have to tell me anymore. Thank you, Hannah. That means a lot. I know you have a lot of questions, but I'd rather call this over once and for all. When did her collar get so big? Or her neck? Like, it was thin. It's very interesting. You and Eleanor returned to the parlor to find the Waverly children interrogating Victor about the modern world. Have there been any significant advances in the field of etymology? Forget bugs. What's the most popular 10-penny romance? What? Victor shoots you, and Eleanor a grateful look. Please rescue me. Children, leave this poor young man alone. So what happens now, Eleanor? Is it time for us to go? I'm afraid so, Clarissa. But it's not so bad, is it? At least we'll be together. And maybe we'll see Father. Exactly. That's nothing to be afraid of. Eleanor gathers her siblings around her and holds them close. Just close your eyes and let yourself fall away. I'm right here. Goodbye, Hannah. Thank you for everything. We'll miss you, even Thomas. I suppose I'm a little sorry to say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. I hope we see each other again someday. I'm so glad we got to know each other. I hope we get to see each other again someday. Waverly children close their eyes, holding tight to Eleanor, and the room fills with a soft white light. You feel a tear roll down your cheek as the light grows brighter still, until it's so bright you have to close your eyes. When you open your eyes, you and Victor are left alone in the room with Eleanor. I can't believe this is happening. Eleanor chokes back a sob, her eyes suddenly bright. You cross the room to pull her into a hug. It's okay. I wish it didn't have to be like this. We had our whole lives ahead of us. You pat Eleanor's back as she cries into your shoulder, then pull back to face her. One kiss goodbye. Pull Eleanor closer and press your lips against hers, kissing her through her tears. Goodbye, Hannah. The room slowly fills with the same bright light, and you start to feel Eleanor's body growing warmer in your arms. You feel a strange floating sensation and open your eyes. Eleanor? You and Eleanor float above the part of the floor surrounded by an intense light. Eleanor blinks at you, her eyes wide. Anna, I feel different. Eleanor feels under her collar, and her eyes go wider still. My scar, it's gone. What does that mean? Eleanor suddenly gasps and presses your hand to her chest. What are you? Oh. You feel Eleanor's heart beating beneath your hand, and she smiles at you. How is this possible? I don't know, but isn't it amazing? I feel like I'm been given a second chance, like there are two paths open to me. Do you think I should stay here in your world? I think I want you to stay. So I want you should go on next is where she actually passes on. And for the diamond choice is, are you sure? So basically, she materializes. I'm sure. Eleanor holds you tighter still, and the light gently fades as the two of you drift back down to the floor together. Victor blinks as his eyes readjust to the change in lighting, and his mouth falls open. Wait, what just happened? Turns out I'll be staying after all. Hannah, I don't understand. How is this possible? No clue, but to be honest, I'm done asking questions. Works for me. Ah, the Disney Channel explanation. So, now that you've got your whole life ahead of you, what do you want to do first? Honestly, I just want to get out of this house. Think you can fit one more in your car, Victor? I think I can make it work. You lead Eleanor outside to find the storm subsided and breathe a sigh of relief. Ready to go? Definitely. You open the door of Victor's car for Eleanor and she pauses to take a last look at Braidwood Manor before getting in. Not having any second thoughts, are you? No, not exactly. Just wondering if I'll ever come back here. Reach down to take Eleanor's hand in yours. If you ever want to come back, I'll come with you. Thanks, Anna. But for now, I think I'm ready to say goodbye. A few days later, you and Eleanor walk across heart-filled campus, a gentle snow falling around you. Are you sure I look okay, Hannah? These modern clothes feel so strange on me. Trust me, you look gorgeous great. Gorgeous. Eleanor smiles, and her hand finding yours. Thank you, Hannah. She looks like Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. The bell over the door rings as you enter the campus coffee shop. Victor grins at you from behind the counter. Hey, you two. What can I get you? I'll have a hazelnut macchiato. Just tea, thank you. Coming right up. I'd sit down to chat, but we're about to have a lunch rush in here, and Brandon would kill me if I flaked. No worries. I'm sure we can find some way to entertain ourselves. As you walk towards a booth at the back of the shop, you suddenly hear someone calling your name and turn around. I thought that was you, Hannah. Why don't you come sit with us? Oh, okay. Is that all right with you, Eleanor? I don't mind. You and Eleanor join Caitlin and two of her friends at their table. Hannah's in my Arthur class. Hannah, this is Zach and Tyler. Hey. Hi. So, are you going to introduce us to your friend? I definitely haven't seen her around before.
My name is Eleanor Waverly, and you are? Caitlin Lau. Are you an exchange student? Your accent... Oh, that, yes. I'm originally from England, but I've lived here for, well, a long time. Oh, that explains it. So, Hannah, Zach and I have a little bit going on. Are you and Eleanor, like, together? Ah, yes, we are. We're just friends. No, we're acquaintances. Yes, yes, we are. Looks like someone owes me $5. Damn it. I can't believe I got that wrong. Sorry about them, too. They're always nosing into other people's love lives. You want to talk, as I recall, you took a lot of love interest in. As Zach and Tyler start to bicker, Caitlin shoots you and Eleanor a commiserating look. Are they always like this? More or less, but you get used to it. We should all hang out more often. I feel like I never see you outside of class, Hannah. Yeah, I've had a bit of a rough year. But I'm ready to, Come out of my shell, I guess. Awesome. We're having a party at our suite this weekend. Think you two could squeeze us into your schedule? What do you think, Eleanor? I think that sounds lovely. Everyone was like, yo, why you doing that accent, yo? Well, because it confirms she is from England. Ta-da! So, um, yeah. So for all of those going, that accent just doesn't make sense to me. You know, they've been American for years. I mean, what, really? Anyway, um, yes, over time, as English people have abandoned America from hundreds of years ago, we've got to yo fist shizzle my bizzle for rizzle. Anyway, um, Pixelberry has a really good way of certain stories really connecting with you. Such as Professor Vasquez and what happened there, and Eleanor, and well, more or less Jonathan, more than Eleanor. But Eleanor's story is very convincing and very deep as well. But Jonathan's is far more deeper. Um, let's put it that way. So, it hits home for me because I suffer with depression, to be honest about it. And, I have done things in my past that, when it comes to feeling hopeless, such as Jonathan was. And I have no regrets about it, to be honest. I have no regrets about trying. Um, let's put it this way. Some people have a limit to what they can handle. And when you go through things as a child, and you go through things as a teen, and even an adult, and you keep getting knocked down, you keep getting knocked down by everything. It's tough. It's really tough. And I've had a battle of it for most of my life. Um, I could sit and talk for hours about everything that I've gone through in my life and things that people would, things that I rarely tell friends, but I talk about, and things that I do tell people openly, that I talk about. And I'm not gonna promise you it gets better. I'm not gonna make any promises. Trust me. There's days that your inner demons, those inner voices, are gonna plague you. And for me, just like there's other people, they don't sit there and they don't make Facebook posts about how their life is shit and oh my god, I think I'm gonna go take my life and blah 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 blah. And you keep seeing it, these people that like to brag about it. The real issues, I mean, yeah, there's some people that take a sort of fame to it and they want that attention because then it makes them feel better. That gets them out of that depression. For me, I'm a person that talking about it and talking about my life, I don't like to do it,
but it helps strengthen some people. It helps to support them because they know that someone's alive, that someone's gone through what they've gone through, even worse, and it's helped them, and they're going, you know. Um, that's why there's a lot of books written about people's struggles, and it helps to motivate other people who are kind of going through that struggle. I've tried to write about my life several times. I can write about anything else. I can write about science fiction shit that you can't even grasp. But when it comes to writing about my life and the struggles that I've gone through all of my life, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So, and then I've also had friends as well as family take their lives. So that's why that decision was very tough for me. It was very tough. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll sit down and maybe one day I'll talk to you folks. Maybe in a couple videos, maybe in just one whole video. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you ever are feeling down and out, this is what my channel's for. This is what the community's for. If you're ever feeling down and out, and you don't want people to know, and you just want someone to talk to you, you just want a friend. You know, maybe we could play a game together one day. You know, it would help me, maybe help you too. If you're feeling down and out, maybe just talk. I do voice things, you know, I'll send voice messages to people and whatnot on Facebook and shit like that. If you're ever feeling down and out, come to me, and maybe I can talk, maybe I can help you. Like I said, that's what my community's for. That's what my channel's for. It's making you laugh, it's making you happy, and then it's also being there for you. And hopefully, you know, it's a two-way street. But so yeah. Long story short, things like this are very difficult. They're very deep. They're very, we don't like to touch on them. And it's like the 13 Reasons Why Netflix thing. I watched that. It was very tough for me. It was very gritty because I've been there. I've been there up until the moment, except when you die, I haven't been there. I haven't been there. I've been through all of that, but I have not been to that moment. So yeah. Anyway. Moving on. Like I said, reach out to me if you do need it. If you ever want to talk about it. Whatnot. Otherwise, I hope you all did enjoy the video. Feel free to like and share. Also, let me know in the comment section. If you want to follow me or talk to me on social media, it's down in the description below, as well as if you want to support my channel, which would be greatly appreciated. There's a couple links down there as well. And otherwise, stay tuned for more Diamond Edition videos for choices. And until then, stay well, stay awesome, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.